What up, Dynasties? Welcome back to Hot Market Guide, and today we're going to talk about the budget players that are out there on the market right now. And this is only the 9 of them that I saw are the budget players that you can start your Hut team and work around your Hut team with all these guys. And I know one guy is kind of harder, but I'll show you why. But this is pretty much the budget team. You can get these guys pretty cheaply in the market. And when I'm talking about budget players are because their speed are 84 and like under, because overalls are not really, people don't see them as the high-end cards that you usually use in Hut. And I'm showing you just the stats right now, and then we're going to show you the prices of all these guys, and it's actually pretty interesting to see with all the stats, all the prices of all these guys are on the market. I think Kapanen is actually a great one. He has actually good. I have this card. He's actually really good. He's fast, and if I get the speedster up, you can tell with like all these guys, like 87 speed, 84, but like he's still fast. And then he goes to 89 overall in speed. He's at 83. You can play him on your team for a while. He's at a pricely range because of the Chicago Blackhawk. But 87 overall, 87 in speed for a 82 overall, and he could probably get underlooked. Same with him, 88 in speed, 88 overall, and I just got him for like 900k, 900, and I just put him up for 200k. You can get steals like that. He's actually another good one. 81 overall, 85 in speed, and his shots are pretty nice. Nylander is actually exactly the same too, as you can tell, the synergies. I think these are the guys that will help your Hut team right off the bat, and you don't have to spend too many coins on these guys. So we're going to look at all these players, price range in what it is, and there are probably way more players that are under budget you guys can use, but these are the players I'm going to talk about right now, and I'll go to all these price range guys on these, and let's talk about them and what price range should be going. Try to go for them if you have you're free to play and want to start a good team, and these kind of guys will be around for a while. First on the list is, he's actually pretty cheap. Like, you can get him under 2k. So that's not bad for a starter team. So if you're starting at making coins and you find your team's too slow, pick him up because he's under like 2k right now. Like, as you can tell, or you can go for a bidding war here on these guys, but you can get him pretty much under 2k for a budget player, and that's actually pretty nice. And you can, to try to get for a guy that actually has 85 in overall, and his shot and accuracy and all that are pretty much in the 80s. It's actually going to help you out a lot in your squad battles, or you jumping rivals trying to start your team. This is a good player for a starter team, guys. So let's jump to the next guy and let's see what it looks like, what his price range. Okay, guys, so we're back, and as I can tell, I'm telling you right now, you can get him pretty much for cheap if you need to, but he's like low demand right now, or high demand, and because he has speed of 88 overall, so he's pretty fast, and then you get his synergy unlocked. His shooting is pretty much almost all in the 80s. So this guy's pretty much a good budget player. You're gonna get him probably around right this second. Let's see. Right this second at 2k. Like, he's going to be going around 2k, maybe 3k. But if you have coins, if you need a player that can speed around some squad battle players, pick him up because he is actually pretty nice to help you out with your starter team. So let's jump to the next guy and see how he is, because and people are putting him up for like almost 10k. Wow, that's actually pretty crazy. Okay, guys, so we're gonna show you this. As I'm talking about his speed and all that, And then you get accurate hit. He's so much faster, and he's actually good hands. But I think you can get him pretty cheap, like 2K. I want to see something. We're gonna look at this. Max 2. I want to see if I can get a steal on this guy. So we're gonna watch. I'm gonna put this on the watch list. See, because there's one at 2K, and maybe I can try to flip them. But a lot of them are kind of going on the market right now. But you can get them. I think if you look at the price range now, is the man of them. So the max price you're going to probably find is at 10K, and the minimum is 950. So people might put them. People start figuring out that they need a guy who can speed around defense now, because defense is, he's actually one of the wingers that you should pick up. I might, because that's actually pretty nice. So, and he's a Chicago Blackhawk. So the price of him is actually all over the place. You can probably find a snipe because people think he's overall sucks and they're just throwing it up. You can probably get a steal, a couple steals there and there. So let's see how we do on this, guys, and let's jump to the next one. We're going to go to Avalanche now. Okay, guys, so we're in the Avalanche. You can tell his price range is everywhere. People are just throwing his card up. You can find this card for cheap, really cheap. With that, with 83 in speed, and he can blast through round defense as speed kind of kills this year, and he has a really fast speed. You can find him for like, what, 800K? Pretty much cheap for your starter team. I'm not going to say too much of this because there's so many of them. Like, I think because it's so high demand, so his price range is just his price is just gonna go down because there's so many on the market right now. But you can use them for a starter team, and then you can just sell them afterwards or reroll them and you get an upgrade. But it's good to have a starter team with players that are fast, and you can play your squad battles and your rivals, and you can still compete. That's pretty much what we're talking about, competing. Okay, guys, his price range is actually pretty sweet. As you can tell, you can get him like under 2K. I think so, yeah. You can get them pretty much under 2K. Maybe under 1,000 if you can look a lot more. Perfect player for our starter team. I'm telling you right now. Yes, he has 84 in speed, but you can still play well with him playing with an 84 speed. I have Ryan Gaslev as my top guy, and he has like 80 in speed, and he's still blasting through some defense, but like it takes a little bit longer for him, but he still has speed on him, so it's not bad for having a guy like this. And you can, as I'm looking around, you can find him pretty cheap, like 700K, 900. You're gonna get him cheap. Sometimes you get him under 1,000, but it's a perfect player to have it in starter team. So go out there and check him out and see what you think about him. Okay, this guy is actually pretty. You can find him, like his stats, and you can find him almost under 1,000K, like under 1,000. That's actually pretty sweet. Like 900. Like you're gonna find this like, and his stats kind of tell you a little bit more than his price in an 81 overall, like 950. I saw some for 800 already. You can get him under 1,000 for sure, and he can be on your team for a little bit longer than you want. For a winger, I think that's a perfect strategy for you to have on your team early in the game, because like the price is not bad. Like you can get him for 1,000. Like that's a dub versus like somebody throwing him up for 4K, and now he's like down to like 1,000. So it's not bad for the price range, guys. I think it's the right price to have on your team. You might get them under 2K, but or under 1,000, but go for it to try them out. Oh boys, oh boys, oh boys! Declare. underrated card in this game right now. I think he might be one of the fastest cards of an 80 overall. 87 overall, and he's worth it. I'm telling you. I'm keeping him on my team for a little bit longer. You can get him under 1,000 for sure. You're definitely gonna find a budget player like this under 1,000. Go for it. Take a chance with stats like that, and with the speed kills now and hot change. Cards like this are going to be really useful in the game because speed kills this year. Speeds are going to be the best of how it is. So I think, guys, go try them out. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to be going to sell this card right away. You're going to be really surprised how fast he is in his hands and stuff. So try them out, guys. We're going to go to next one and let's see how we are. Okay, guys, there are two of them on the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I'm going to say they're underrated cards because people just look at them and they give up. So let's look at the price range on Nylander first. Then we'll go to Kapanen because I want to see the price range on this. I think Nylander is going up in price since the last time I looked. But you definitely get him, I say 2K. The minimum 2K for Nylander, because the stats on Nylander, you can get him probably for 2K for a starter team, budget team. I'm definitely was lucky to get Nylander. Yeah, 2K is probably the max you're gonna probably spend on him. Maybe a little bit more than 2K, but starter team, have a guy like this on your team. It's actually really worth it. I'm just looking. Let's look. So below, yeah. So I'm saying 2K, round 2K, maybe a little bit more. But you starting having a team, starting to build your team. This is probably the perfect person to have on your roster for Nylander, because go on, stats don't lie right here. The stats don't lie. So we're going to jump into Kapanen too now. Okay, guys, now Kapanen is exactly the same thing, but he's an 80 overall. He's just like Nylander, but you add this, he's super fast. So the roster looks like this, with this is what he'll look like in prices. So you can get him for, I don't know, I say minimum 2K. Maybe a little bit more than 2K. Depends on how many on the market. But Kapanen is actually a pretty good player to have on your team, because without Kapanen, then I don't know. I find he's so fast and he's so quick too with the stats, and everybody having slower defense now. The defense are not that fast till you get the higher end cards. So starter team with this right now and people jumping into squad battles, it's actually a perfect card to have. And Kapanen, I say maybe 3K, depends on how high the man on him right now. But I say you get him for under 2K right now. Okay, guys, so I got a little secret. I just sold them for almost 3K. So it's a little secret there too, what I'm trying to talk about too. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this, guys. Something like it, subscribe to Dynasty, guys. I got them for 900K and I sold them for almost 3K. Anyways, I'm out. Peace.